Good morning. It is Wednesday, July the 6th, and we are here at the Frazier Mountain High School, which has become a big incident base camp for a fire that is a couple of miles from here. And we are this morning with...
Mary Bogens, IC Trainee.
Okay, what are you doing here, Mary?
We are working the fire here at the Frazier High School to help suppress the PineFire, which is out in the wilderness, with about 650 to 670 people.
Okay, where is the fire located? We see the map here in the background.
This is over here, over by Haddock Sling and over by Zulu. This area here is up on Pine Mountain, and we've got a wilderness fire in there.
Okay, it is, no, don't worry. It is on Pine Mountain, but it's nevertheless very far away from Pine Mountain Club, correct?
Correct, that is correct. It is pretty far away.
So basically Pine Mountain Club, the community would be somewhere up here, about what, 20 miles away?
Correct.
Okay, so this fire is in the total wilderness, I think called the Sespe Wilderness. What kind of challenges do you have in dealing with a fire in pure wilderness?
Steep, inaccessible terrain, difficulty for the wildland fire suppression efforts to continue on hands. So they have to wait for targets of opportunity to go direct, but back off and be patient and wait for the fire to come to them when it's more opportunistic and safe for them to deal with the fire.
The fire has started a couple of days ago, I think on June the 30th. What is the size of the fire right now?
Just over 2,000 acres.
And how is it progressing? Is it slowly progressing? Is it quickly? And in which direction is it going?
It's moving kind of slow for us. Normally we have fires that move very fast, but because of the inaccessible terrain, the fire moves slow, but the firefighter's access is slow to get to it and to be safe about it. So it's just kind of creeping along, finding fuels, opportunistic fuels to burn and make a little bit of run. So it's giving us difficulties because the fuel density on the ground is really heavy.
And you said you have about 670 fire personnel, and you have also, you can hear that, a lot of aircraft. How many aircraft do you have?
We have probably about 11 fixed rotor wings, 7 heavies, and the rest are lights. We have a few fixed wings, the VLAT. So we have a variety of aircraft to use in our toolbox to help suppress the fire.
What is VLAT?
Very large air tanker.
Okay, this is a DC-10 or something like that?
That is correct.
So this fire is again in the middle of the wilderness. And what is the cost for all the fire suppression activities, including having the base camp here, the food, all the equipment, the airplanes? What is the daily cost just about?
Roughly $1 million a day.
So today is the 7th. That means we have invested about $7 million roughly. So that begs a little bit the question. You fight a fire in the middle of nowhere. The next populated area would be excuse me, Lockwood Valley, which is about at least 15 miles away. Why do we do this investment?
Because if we don't deal with it now and keep it small, we won't have any opportunities to get there to keep it in the smaller size, and it'll be here for weeks and weeks and weeks. We want to keep it at the smallest point as possible for not to spread to outlying communities, because once it gets out of here with the ongoing season, the fires get more critical, the drought keeps more effect. It'll have this opportunity to make real runs to have things like the ZAC or the Day Fire, those kind of fires.
So your main focus and objective is to contain the fire to these 2,000 acres, and with that also on a long run keeps the cost low.
Yes, we also have contingency around this for the long term, because there is no other accessibility to this fire except for where we're at right now. So we have a large box, but that is the box for right now. So we want to keep it as small as possible.
I heard also kind of an interesting story that because of the inaccessibility of the area, you brought mules or mule teams in to bring food and other logistics or supplies to the firefighters that work there. Tell me a little bit about the mule teams you have.
Well, we have what we call a Packstring that the Forest Service utilizes on various fires, and we'll have them staged like they were supposed to do a Packstring spike over there. Found out the trail was bad, so they're going to come on top and kind of work their way in and bring resources to the people that are doing the contingency and line suppression efforts.
How many mules are these?
I'm thinking about 10 to a string, probably total 20.
Okay. Where are they usually?
A lot of them are on the Shasta Trinity. I don't know where this Packstring comes from. I don't know if it's the Los Padres has it, or do they get it from a northern forest.
Okay, so mostly it's in the northern California because it's there is more inaccessible. Yeah, that sounds quite interesting to see mules being part of a firefighting effort. So, what is your outlook for the next, let's say, 10 days or so? How much containment do you have already achieved, and what are your goals? When do you think you have 100% containment?
We have about 18% containment with rough terrain and getting access to put direct line in and having it tested. We'll see what the next few days with the winds that are happening affects the fire, and hopefully we'll be about 60 or 70% contained in the next 5 days. I think the next 3 or 4 days are the big days where the hot shots are going to be inserted from spike temp up here down onto the heliphones, and they're going to find places to insert themselves to try to go direct.
Spike teams means these are teams that stay there overnight, correct?
Spike camp. We got the hotshot crews spiking out here on the fire line. So this is spike camp, and they'll be spiking out on the fire.
Okay. So many people here in the mountain communities living basically 20 miles north or so from the current fire are nevertheless some way of concerned, because we had a couple of fires here. Is there a real threat at this point in time, or a real threat expected? Or would you rather say they are basically safe at this point in time?
At this point in time, they're safe for the most part. When they see significant fire activity, that means the fuel conditions has changed for us, or the weather conditions changed for us, that would drive us to think another plan. So right now we're going to keep this as small as possible and try to suppress this as soon as possible so we mitigate the threat for the communities down the road.
Excellent. Last question. We are here at the famous Frazier Mountain High School. Give me just a short overview what's going on here at the high school.
We're having people checking in and getting assignments. We have food here. We have our base camp with operations and command staff here dealing with all kinds of resources coming and going.
So basically you do all the planning, all the logistics, even all the bureaucracy, finance, administration, and you direct the operations from here. Is that correct? And the helicopters, they are coming from where? Because many people ask me about the noise from the helicopters. So from where are the helicopters going up and down?
Okay, the heavy heli base is off I-5, the next exit. And so that's where their base is. And then the medium helicopters are at Tuchupeti. So that's why you're hearing flying over, because they're going back to their heavy heli base, which is across Interstate 5. So, but they've been working since I've been here all day, every day, trying to manage the fire and put out the fire line.
Okay, thank you so very much, Mary, and good luck in putting the fire out as quick as possible. Thank you.
I thank you very much.